Hello, everybody. Good evening. It's time to talk here. No, it's it's Thursday, 6th of October, 2022. I hope you are okay. I hope this finds you well, your family, your friends, and uh, I can see some people are still joining us. This is great. And I will propose we can do the initial prayer while people still joining. So let me see if I have any comments. No. So let's raise up our thoughts. Let's connect with superior spirits, with our mentors of the show. Ask them to enlighten ourselves, to guide us, to give us strength, to give us courage to move on, to face the challenge, to learn, respect others' boundaries, others' rules, and supporting us in our endeavors. So be it. Amen. Okay, so as everybody knows, we are talking about the Spirit's book, and our mission here is have a nice conversation about the Spirit's book. And in this conversation, we stopped last week on question 536. So today we will going from 536 going forward. So the chapter we are discussing, we are talking about, it is chapter 9, which is intervention of spirits in the corporeal world. Hey, Lou, good to have you here, my dear. And we have seen so many ways they can interfere in our day to day. But the lesson learned here, it is this intervention is not provoking us to make that action. They are always interfering in a way to make a suggestion, persuade us in order to do that act. But the decision to proceed with that act or not is up to us. This is the main lesson of this chapter. Okay? And this is a life lesson for us because uh, nobody will act on our behalf. Nobody will act without our consent. But this consent make us doing the act. I think you are okay with me. You understand what I'm trying to say here. We need to be sure what we want. If you are having not interference, but the decision, the action, it is ours. Even though we have a bunch of spirits inducing us, bombarding us with thoughts, with, I don't know, vibrations, all these sort of things to do that act. Okay? Okay, so And now the sub item, today's sub item, we're gonna finish the chapter, so we go into the end because it was already well covered, and it's more or less about the same topic, the same thing. So the sub item today we talk is spirits action on natural phenomena. Okay, question 536. Are the great natural phenomena those considered as perturbations of the elements due to accidental causes, or do they all have providential purpose? Uh, we have many examples. For example, I don't know what was the year, but remember when we have the New Year's Eve, I think the next day they had a huge tsunami in Thailand. Or, for example, the hurricane just passed by the US recently. So, uh, our our reading out of it is kind of tricky because nothing happens without God's permission. And people think, okay, if nothing, if nothing will happen uh, without God's permission, uh, if nothing happens without God's permission, why He is allowing my suffering for those who lost, for example, the entire house, or for those who passed away. He allowed something bad to me. This is this is tricky because this is a kind of an argument a lot of people use against God, or this is why I don't believe in, I don't have any religion, all this. My dad's always drunk and he is used to beat me, or even though for God's sake did bad things with me, so. And he blamed me, "Well, if God exists, why he allowed me to go through this?" And this is the tricky, and this is very important uh, 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 to point out, because uh, it is controversial. Why it is controversial? It is because there is a rule in the universe which even God cannot change, which is action and reaction. And this rule, it is a consequences of our own actions. Um, Before we incarnate, we already know uh, we decide, we kind of set some plans. This is not a destiny. We don't trace our destiny because we have our free will, our action, so we can change this all the time. But what we can do is kind of like milestones. Milestones. We set something, and oh, I will have this kind of thing, more or less like this. I need to face a challenge in which, sorry, someone's screaming here, and they're scared. I will face a challenge when I have this. When I reach that phase, I will have a disease, and this disease will cure me. Uh, so many things we can decide. Something, of course, this is not done just by us. It is done by a lot of people, especially our mentors guiding us, instructing us how to do it, how to perform it. But after a storm, there always a sunny day. And unfortunately, during difficult times, it is the times when we grow. We grow as a person, we grow as a child, as a son, as a daughter, professionally. During these difficult times, we needed to embrace the cause and fight for our survival, fight for our life, fight for our well-being, fight for our job, fight for our family. And after we finish this fight, when we finished, we have a kind of victory taste in our mouth. We have a kind of victory feeling because, wow, I passed through all these problems, I passed through all these challenges, and I survived. I'm here. Uh, Others, they have to pass away, they have to discarnate in a kind of this catastrophe. We don't know what's the lesson this spirit needs to learn to pass away in such circumstances, and which lessons that spirit needed to learn. But I what I can guarantee to you, there is no fatalism. There is no, oh, this happened by chance. No, no. We have a plan. We are there. And we needed to execute the plan. We need to learn certain lesson. I don't know. Again, I go back to always to my example. How you exercise your patience, how you acquire patience if you don't go through situations in which you need to exercise the patience until you learn what is your trigger. And once you know what is your trigger to lose control, you learn how to deal with. You learn how to behave. You know the best thing in life is knowing yourself. You know what are your limits. You know what are your challenges. You know what make you explode. You know what makes you happy. You know what makes you emotional. You know yourself. Okay? Let's look at the answer of the spirits. There is a reason for everything, and nothing occurs without God's permission. Uh, Gosh. And these natural phenomena are controlled by the spirits from that sphere, from that category. Uh, and these natural phenomena, they are extremely important to balance the harmony of the world. Yes, you listen correctly. They happen to balance everything for good things and bad things. There is a passage in the Spiritist magazine review in which I don't remember the names and the facts. I wasn't planning to give this example, just happened here. Um, in this conversation with the spirit, Kardec was interviewing. I don't know if it was a German soldier or something like this, more or less, something like this. Anyway, this soldier, he was interviewing the soldier. I think it was a battle between Germany and the Germans and Italians. I don't know, something like this. But the bottom line, uh, Kardec was interviewing this spirit, and and he said, "Oh, we were about to win. We were progressing. This battle was very tough. I think it was a long battle. Like they were fighting for days, and reach a certain point, they were tired. It was an endless battle, and out of Sunday start to rain, and the rain stopped the fight." And that spirit said, "Oh, if it wasn't rain, we will annihilate our enemy." Analyzing this, the rain at that time was a blessing of God. It was an important action for those spirits who control the nature, because they avoided entire arm annihilation. So this was for good. In the middle of a bad thing. Uh, how many families are closer now because they passed through a problem and they have to fight together? How many people um, don't give value to what they have until they lose it? Um, for example, this is a true story. A certain person came to the spirit center. It wasn't a fraternal assistance. That's why I can tell. But the person was there. We were talking, and she started to cry because it was very difficult for her And it is, everyone who immigrates to another country, uh, you know what I'm talking about. You know how hard it is to adapt a new culture, new language, new friends, new house. You are used to live in a house by yourself or with your family. Now you live in a house with a bunch of people, and you don't know where these people come from. So it is challenging. And this girl was crying, and she said, when I was in my home, I don't remember where she's from, but when I was in my home, all the time I used to have sugar in the pot. So all the time I wanted to make me a coffee or getting me a juice, I just need to open up the sugar container, and always there's sugar there. And now, when I want to have a coffee or when I want to have a juice, I open up the sugar container and it's empty, and I need to buy. Now I know what it is family love. I I will never give so much value to my mom and my dad how I giving value to them now. And was amazing conversation because, see, she had to leave a home, probably a comfortable and nice home in which she had her own room. I don't know, mom always cooking, you have the dinner on time, the lunch on time. Don't forget your jacket. Bring this lunch because in case you have you are hungry. Here's your water. Here's your favorite soda. This is your favorite chocolate. Is always there. And she was living this mechanically. And when she came to Ireland, all this gone. So in 12 hours, every in 12 hours, her life changed a lot. She went from point A to point B, and when she arrived in point A, or point when she arrived in her destination, she started to grow. She started to grow. And my question to you is, are you growing? Are you are you growing, or are you just complaining what is happening to your life? Are you growing, or you are just finding excuse? Do not make an action to change certain patterns that are annoying you. How this is with you? What do you think? I need to understand, and you need to understand this. And this is what the spirits are saying here. Uh, Also, some we are top class in say, oh, especially for those are in Brazil. No, here in Ireland we don't have many of these. Oh, but someone did something for me. Or you go to a psych, oh, someone did this to you. This happens, people asking to, oh, I want to get rid of that person. I want to do this in order to finish that engagement. You know, all these things. This happen, yes, happen. But what this person asks will cause the end of the relationship or employment point. I would say no. No, this will not change. This will not change. Why? This will not change because the desire of the person who asked the what the person gave what the person gave what the person gave in order to, oh, I will give you this in order to have that, will not influence. But that spirit will be close to you. They will try to influence you, and they are very alert on your thoughts. They are very keen to wait you to make a mistake, a small mistake, to influence you with his thoughts. If you don't care, if you don't believe, it will help. Yes and no. Because the main game here is, again, syntony. How is your syntony? Are you connecting your thoughts with good spirits or bad spirits? This is why we do have the watch and prayer. Watch is not just one day, watch is 24 by 7. Because again, we are surrounded by good and evil spirits or bad spirits, whatever you name you want to call. We are surrounded by them. And they are vibrating different levels as same as you. So what I'm saying now is your vibration will tell me to whom you are connected. If you are in a relationship in which there is a lot of fights, you don't agree with your partner on this, on that, you something's going wrong, and then you end up connecting with that spirit sent by someone. They're gonna influence you. Will you decide to do what he's saying? And probably this is the end of a relationship. So the person who asked for that, they do have their guilt percentage, but it's up to you to allow that to happen. Hi, Betty. Good to have you here. Let me see. Robbie put something for us. For me, growth occurs when I am able to look at myself honestly, with no excuse, and not taking me the process personality. I believe in all of you. You can change. Robbie, it's wonderful. It's wonderful because you are able to look to yourself in an honest way. So you found the trigger to analyze this situation, to to think about this situation and do the actions to fix or not. And but people, there are a lot of people, which is great majority, they don't do it. They don't do it. So it's up to you. But what Rob said here, 100% valid. I don't know. Let me see. Question 551. Can a bad man, with the aid of a bad spirit, who acts upon his orders, cause harm to his neighbor? And the answer is no. God would not allow it. But pay attention in the way Kardec asked. So the man with the spirit will cause harm to that person. So they will only cause harm in a way to send these vibrations, but the action to cause harm to yourself, it's you, not them. They can inspire you, they can influence you, but it's you at the end. Okay? Um, let's read a note from Kardec, which is very good. Spiritism and magnetism give us the key to a number of phenomena around which ignorance has woven many tales, and regarding which the imagination has greatly exaggerated the facts by demonstrating the reality of things and their legitimate cause. A lucid knowledge of these two sciences, which are one and the same, is the best protection against superstitious ideas. That is because such knowledge shows what is possible or not, what is within the laws of, of nature, and what is nothing more than a ludicrous fantasy. So it's us. We need to watch every single day. We need to control every single day. We need to watch us. every single day. Okay? Um, Here, question 556. Do certain individuals really have the gift of healing by touch? So, we gave a lot of examples. We gave bad examples now. Now we are talking about good examples. Especially in Brazil, we do have a lot of people who pray and then the person get well. A lot, a lot. My mom used to take me to a person. The guy was amazing, and there is a queue in his house to pray to get better. So it's possible. Of course it is. Of course it is, and it works. Of course it works. When it works, when you have the faith that, oh, I will go to this place and this person will do a prayer with me, will do our hands in position, and I will get cured. And that person who will give the prayer or the hands position, they truly want to help the other person without any interest, without money, without nothing, because he wants the best for his neighbor. So when these two wills meet each other, we have the cure of many diseases. If one is unbalanced, we have a problem. But it's not an action of the guy who, the sorcerer, for I say, who gave this. No, it is a joint action, an action from this person and an action from you. And when is an action of you and your action concord with the proposed action from the other person matches, we have the perfect storm. They will do whatever they need to do. And the other way around. That's why sometimes evil happens. And it is easier for us to think about something evil than thinking about something good. When we are going through troubles, we always remember God, all the saints, we remember prayers, we promise a lot of things. But when we do not have um, a problem, we are passing by a calm sea, we don't even remember God. You know how I can prove what I said? Here, last question 557. Can blessings and curses attract good or evil to those at whom they are aimed? God does not listen to unjust curses, and he who casts them is guilty in God's eyes. As we have two opposing forces, good and evil, there may be a momentary influence as a result, even upon matter, but this influence never occurs without God's permission. And as an additional trial for the one who is the subject of the cause. In addition, curses are most often cast upon the wicked and blessing upon the good. Blessings and curses can never divert providence from the path of justice, as providence only strikes those who are cursed if they are evil, and only extended its protection to those who do deserve it. Amazing. Just made a confirmation about what we said here. Okay? And with this, we finish chapter 9. Happy days. Next week, we will go to chapter 10. So we will start from question 558. Let me give you some time. If you have any question, please let me know, and I will and I will answer. Try to answer. No. Okay. No questions? Since we have no questions, I'm asking. Thank you, Nedoka. Thank you. Since we do not have any questions, I will finish our conversation. Alexandra, thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. So let's do our final prayer. Almighty God, open our eyes, fill us up with your love. Open up our mind in order to help our neighbor, in order to grow as a person, to grow professionally, to grow individually as a mom, as a son, as a daughter, as a father, as a friend. Please protect those brothers and sisters who are suffering from depression, suffering from these problems in relation to drugs, alcohol. Stay with them, protect them. So be it. Amen. Okie doke. So, thank you, my friends. It was wonderful. I see you next Tuesday, 7:15. Okay? This Sunday, we will not have face-to-face meeting in Dublin. This Sunday, we will have our Sunday talk virtually. Okay? Okay? So, for those who are in Dublin, there is no face-to-face meeting this Sunday. The next meeting is on the 16th of October. Okay, so happy days. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.